Happy Wednesday, everyone, and thanks for checking into WeatherBug. Todd Nelson with a look at your national coast-to-coast forecast. Keeping a very close eye on what's happening in the tropics, in the East Pacific, and also what's happening in the Atlantic. For now, looks fairly quiet, but we're also trying to stay cool. There's some young kids out in Rapid City, South Dakota, trying to do their best to stay cool. All right, so the Atlantic looking fairly quiet. The National Hurricane Center will be watching these waves as they drift off the western tip of Africa. But other than that, the only other little system that we're watching is an upper level low spinning around southern Florida. And I think that'll just enhance our thunder threat over the next several days across the peninsula there. All right, the East Pacific acting up a little bit more. These clusters of storms perhaps pose a threat to become a little bit more organized, and the National Hurricane Center there watching a system with a moderate chance of becoming our next named storm. And the overall flows to the north, just like a system over the course of the weekend last week with Evo. Well, that brought us some heavier downpours and some flash flooding concerns. We still do have some flash flood concerns over western portions of New Mexico there, and those green blobs indicate the thunderstorms that develop, but we're starting to nose in some of that drier air over southern California. But looks like we could continue to see that thunderstorm threat over the next few days. Rounding the ridge of big hot air, this big hot air dome, thunderstorms, and some of those have been severe with hail and high wind reports. And it's not necessarily out of the ordinary to see 90s to the south at this time of the year, but across the far north it is, with more records falling. Temperatures running a good 10 to 20 degrees above average. Yesterday and today we have the cooler air working in by this upcoming weekend, more so into the Great Lakes region. We'll talk about that over the coming days, but we continue our excessive heat with showers and thunderstorms on the outer periphery of that, maybe 1 to 2 inches or more of additional rainfall over the next 3 days.